Hi there, my friends, and welcome back to my happy little corner of the internet where you allow me to share things that I've been working on and loving and creating and making and just connect with you here, which I am so appreciative of. My name is Liz. My company is Hello from Liz Matthews, and I am excited to be back with you today. I hope that you have been well over these last couple weeks. I have been incredibly busy doing all the things that fill my heart with joy, and I'm looking forward to telling you all about them today. Today is May 17th, 2022. I don't know how that happened, and I have a pretty quick video for you today. If you are here specifically for the Friendship Garden information, that will make sense to everybody else who's planning on viewing the entire video more in a bit. But if you were here just for that, here is the timestamp. Joe is going to put it in right here so you know where to go in this video just to get the information that you need. Again, that will all make sense to you very soon. But as I said, I hope that you have been doing really well. I have been gardening, quilting, creating, dreaming up a storm, and it's been just a really great couple of weeks. I know in my last video I didn't get a chance to do a much of a life update catch up with you, so I wanted to be sure to include that today. But before I do, there are two little shout outs I want to give. One is to Joe, who is editing the videos now. He did a fabulous job with the last video, and I so appreciate his talent and hard work, and I look forward to seeing what he does with this video. Thank you so much, honey. And then I also would be remiss if I didn't call out this gorgeous necklace that I am wearing today. This is made by my mom, who is Kathy Barrick. It is all vintage pieces that she finds when she or we are antiquing, and then she repurposes into new redesigned jewelry treasures. This happens to be a slide locket from France, so if you open that up, there's a little mirror inside, and this is French and fabulous. And this is an extra long necklace. It's actually 72 inches long, and you wrap it around your neck several times. And I was at her house a couple days ago for dinner, and I saw it. She had just made it, and I tried it on, and I had been thinking about it. And then when I was there yesterday for lunch with her and my cousin, I tried it on again and asked her if maybe I could bring this home with me, and she said yes. So I just wanted to show that off because it's so gorgeous. Mom does have an Etsy shop and information on her Instagram. We will link that below for you in case you want to go check that out. Not only her information, but any details pertinent to this video, we will put in the description box below. You just kind of drop this video down. There should be a little arrow to check out, and you will get all of the details for things I chat about in this video there. I would also love to ask you if you don't mind subscribing to this channel. That would make my day. I am very, very humbled and happy to announce that we just hit 10,000 subscribers, and I wanted to give you a big thank you and tell you how much it really truly means to me. I love doing this, showing up, connecting with you. I live a kind of solitary life here, designing, spending all day by myself. So you guys, in a lot of cases, are my little lifeline to the outside world on a lot of days, and I really appreciate that. You can find me here on FlossTube, YouTube, whatever you want to call it. You can find me on Instagram, and I will put my handle down there. It is Hello from Liz Matthews. I'll put it down there in that description box, along with my email address, my snail mail address. Anything that you need to find me will be down there below. But just a great big thank you to anybody who has subscribed, who tunes in, who checks in, who spends their time with me. I really, really appreciate it, and we definitely celebrated this milestone, and it's a really good one, and I can't wait to bring you more content and to bring you more thank yous, wink, 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 and just give back to you because you guys bring so much to my life. So I think that was all for the don't forget to tell them or mention part of the intro to the video. I do have one quick little old business thing to do. There are some unclaimed prizes. So if your name is Catherine Summers, you won the 6th Day of Christmas pattern. Lana Erickson, you won the Parade of Elephants pattern. Tammy Pugh, you won the stickers in my last video. And newly announced Nora N.O.K., congratulations, you won the 2nd copy of the Orange Tree Sampler from Carriage House Samplings. Now, everybody aside from Nora, who I am just announcing for the first time today, has 1 week to contact me. You need to email me at my email address below to set up, to connect, you know, whatever, so we can get those prizes to you. If you don't contact me within the week, I am gonna go ahead and draw new winners, because this is a way for me to say thank you to my active viewers. And Nora, you have 2 weeks to contact me. So congratulations, ladies. I think that's everybody I needed to mention. Yep, just okay, check. Now I have some exciting dates for you. I am going to be at the Quilter Station retreat again this year in September. It was the first retreat I ever taught at, was featured at last September, and I was so nervous going into it, but this time I am just purely excited and so honored to be back there again with 4 other designers. The retreat is, I believe, 3 days, and there are still openings, so I am going to put the link to Quilter Station below. I think that the way you sign up is by calling Rita and talking to her in person, working out all of the, you know, the payments and all that stuff. There are going to be 5 designers at the Quilter Station retreat this time. It is me, my mom, Kathy Barrick. It is Alma of Blackbird Designs, Chessie and me, and Teresa of Teresa Kogut Creative Whims. She is on FlossTube, and I will link her below. Lots of links apparently happening in this video, but it's going to be a really great couple days, and if you are able to make it, I hope that you can attend. I am already looking forward to it so much. And then I also am very happy to announce that I am going to be the guest designer at the Anabellas Summer Retreat for 2023. It's hard to believe we are already scheduling and planning that, but we are, and that was announced on Friday, and it is in Cape Cod, which I am very excited about. I've always wanted to go to the Cape, but have never had the opportunity. So on top of getting to do this retreat with you guys, I will get to explore a new part of the country, which I am very excited about. Now, registration for the Anabellas Summer 2023 retreat is not up yet. Elaine, who has a FlossTube channel, you guessed it, linked below, will give you all of the details when that is available. I, of course, will as well, but we're just too far out for that to be, you know, happening quite yet. So stay tuned if you're able to make it. That would be great. Anabellas has these great new seasonal retreats, I think like at least 4 a year happening, which is so exciting for the community, and it bounces around. It's not all in one location, it's all over the country to make sure that everybody can take part in a retreat, because they are so much fun. Be sure to check out her website and see when and if one is coming to your neck of the woods. Would you believe that I'm almost fully booked for all of 2023? Isn't that crazy? Between like market and expo and classes and events, 2023 is full. I was gonna say it's filling up. It's not filling up, it's kind of full. Now I have 2 more events that I will be able to announce in the near future that you could attend with yours truly. One is virtual and one is gonna be in person, and as soon as I get those details, I will share them with you. But the calendar, like, I can't keep up with it. I spent a lot of time over these past couple of weeks kind of getting my ducks in a row, getting things straight, making sure I'm not overbooking and staying on top of things, because that has the potential to bring a lot of stress if I happen to fall behind, which I'm not saying ever happens, but it could. So yeah, I have a whole calendar going through 2024 now. So strange, but very excited to have all the opportunities and the chances and the invitations to come to these events, because meeting you guys and doing this IRL is just the best. So anyway, As far as a life update, things have been really good for me. They have been extremely busy. I am struggling finding the balance of it all because in this literal season of the year, on top of the cross stitch, the quilting, the journaling, the running a business, the spending time with family, there's also the gardening, which, as you know, if you've been a longtime viewer, is just such a passion of mine. And there is nothing like being out there in the sunshine, hands in the dirt, and then seeing what you have worked so hard to take care of just literally bloom. And then share that happiness with, you know, neighbors, family, with a happy little bouquet. It all makes me so happy. And now is the time that I have been building new garden beds and turning over the dirt, and it's very laborious and sometimes painful, like for the back, but soon it's gonna be just weeding and maintaining, and I look forward to that, yet still am enjoying every step of being out there. You know what? Joe can do this. We're gonna insert some pictures of the garden right now so you can see what it looks like. I have 3 garden beds, all planted with seeds or started plants. Our back deck area is our little sanctuary. I love it so much. And the wisteria is about to bloom. I have been waiting. The buds are probably like this big. They just keep getting bigger and bigger and not blooming, but when it does, oh man, it is gonna be quite a sight, and you can bet that I will be sharing it on social media and here with you. I imagine that I will just camp out under those gorgeous purple tendrils, do my stitching, glass of wine out there. It's gonna be fantastic. So the gardening has been so fun. It brings me so much joy, and then I come inside and maybe I'm quilting or maybe I'm stitching or dreaming of travel. That's another thing that's been happening. Joe and I are gonna book some travel. We finally narrowed it down to October. We're feeling comfortable again, and that's kind of a little pocket of time that we have available. So we're gonna be traveling abroad in October. We don't know where we're gonna go yet. There's a lot of places that we're like, yeah, but you can't do them all. You kind of have to pick and choose. So TBD where we go. There's been a lot of talk of Italy. There's been a lot of talk of England. You know, I am always up for France. But I have a not so secret dream that I've shared with you before of living abroad one day. So this is just like one step in the direction. Get that taste for a week and then come home and make the dream happen. So look forward to not only the travel, but planning for the travel, and also, first things first, deciding where we're going. Any suggestions, welcome. So that's been a big thing. Weird segment. I guess, besides the quilting, which I am gonna show you, the gardening, I am preparing for StitchCon. That's gonna be here before you know it. I'm going to StitchCon weekend A, and wow, I think that's like less than 3 weeks. Okay, I need to get some stuff together. I need to get some stuff to model stitchers, and okay, the to-do list is long. That's okay. Okay, so let's get into the things that I have been working on and making since the last time that we chatted. You guys know my new obsession with quilting and that I have been going crazy with it. And I shared with you in my last video that I had gotten my long arm quilt top, or should I say long armed quilt top, back from Keystone Sisters Quilting, and I was to the phase where I needed to add the binding. Well, the binding has been added, and this is a fully finished quilt. The binding, it's not perfect, but this is my first quilt and I learned a whole lot. So the next one will be even better, but I think it just matches the quilt perfectly, and I am so proud of this. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I made that actual quilt. I still can't get over it. That's half of it. It's folded. But there you go. And I will put all the info about the pattern that I used, which isn't an actual written pattern, below, as well as info about the long arm quilting and the fabric that I used. But Jen from Keystone Sisters Quilting has been helping me out with the whole process of long arm quilting, and she's fantastic, and I can't recommend them enough. In fact, they have another one of my quilt tops in-house now being quilted. It's that Irish chain quilt that I showed in my last video, and I can't wait to get that one back. Now, don't worry, I still have been quilting while they've had that piece, and I have another quilt top to show you. This is that two-step pattern that I told you that I was going to be starting. It's a Missouri Star, I would say beginner-friendly quilt top, and it is done. Now this piece, I'll show you it unfolded in 1 second, uses Rifle Paper Company fabric in the collection Camont, C-A-M-O-N-T, and I just love it. This is another almost log cabin-ish style quilt, but there's a close-up of some of the prints. It's another biggie, and here she is. Wow, I don't even think I can get it all on screen for you. There we go. I just love it. I love Rifle Paper Company. I love this pattern. I love how quick and easily this piece came together, and I'm really excited to get it off to be long-armed. I share a lot of the long arm process with you in Instagram because it was such a mystery to me when I got started, and like I said, Jen walked me through every step of the way, and she would send me sneak peeks of what was happening with my quilt, and I asked for your opinions on patterns and shared all of that with you. So I do recommend, humbly recommend, that you follow me on Instagram if you want to see even more details about this kind of day-to-day. This is the fabric that the back of the quilt will be in. It is a fabric that is included within the quilt itself, and I just love it. So essentially it's going to be reversible, I guess, because I like this so much. Now there's no quilting on the back, but that's okay. Jen, get ready for that. That is coming your way. Speaking of quilting, my friend Carrie of Tiger Lily Designs, she has quilt patterns. She offers and sells quilt patterns. She is a quilter, all things quilt related. She's also a cross stitcher and just a really exciting, fabulous person. And she sells project keepers. I would almost call this a portfolio, and I was lucky enough to score one in her last sale. Let me make sure. This was the ribbon. It came wrapped and I wanted to save it. Look at this. Carrie does a sort of save the stitches situation. These are vintage pieces of needlework that she pairs perfectly with coordinating fabric, and then creates these portfolios that I just had to have. So let me show you. It opens like this, and then you've got two zipper pockets, vinyl front, and you can also put stuff back here. It's so all-purpose and functional. I am so very excited about it. The quality is gorgeous, and this is the only thing I have to show for you in haul this week, but what a beauty it is. Now, Carrie also offers her portfolios. She doesn't call them portfolios. Why am I calling it that, or blanking on what she calls it? That's what I call it. I like to rename things, as you know. She also offers an option to have, instead of two vinyl front sides, kind of a bobbin holder side. And since I am a bobbinator, I really wanted that, so I placed an order, or asked Carrie to make me a separate insert to hold all the bobbins, and that's coming. She's in the middle of a move. She has a lot going on, but she promised me she has some coordinating fabric, and I look forward to getting that whenever it comes. No rush, Carrie, and add that to this. But I think this is just going to be so handy and like hold it all, throw it in the bag, good to go. So again, that's Carrie of Tiger Lily Designs. She has a floss tube, it will be linked below. And I thought this was so cool with the purchase. She included this postcard that has all of, it says can't read in reverse, my project information, and it's a great little card for notating all of the details on your whips and pieces that you are working on. Genius. So thank you, Carrie. I love that, and look forward to getting the insert again whenever you have time. I believe that leaves me with stitching. I have one whip that you guys have already seen, and then I have the whip that I think you guys probably are more interested in. Some of you already know about it, some of you do not, like if you got the newsletter. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with my whip. It is my Smalls exchange piece for StitchCon. I've been working on it for a while. I have some things I wanted to show with you. As I said, this is my Smalls exchange piece for StitchCon. It is a Prairie Schooler Summer Sampler Excerpt. I love these pieces, but they are far too big to be a small. So I am taking just the bottom little garden-ish section from this piece and making that my Smalls exchange piece. I'm doing the house, the trees, the little garden in front. Not sure how I'm gonna top it or like where I'm gonna cut it off with height, but TBD. I have not gotten that much progress. I took this to a little stitching get together a few weeks ago with a local stitching group, and guess how much stitching I got done? Very little. There's not a lot of forward motion with this piece since the last time I showed it to you. That is okay, that's all right. I am running into a bit of a problem in that the greens called for don't contrast very much within the garden, and I think I'm gonna have to rip out some things, frog some things, and it's either gonna be the tops of all the vegetables or the background, because there's just not a lot of contrast there. So I'll have to figure that out. I need to get this out, you know, pull this out when I'm watching TV in the evening to get this finished, because as we already discussed, StitchCon is coming quickly. Yeah, too quickly. Actually, it's like too quickly and not quickly enough all rolled into one. But I need to get that FFO'd, and then I will take some pictures of how I package it for the Smalls Exchange, because for the StitchCon Smalls Exchange, you're supposed to package your piece in a package that semi-identifies what it is, as in, if you were doing an ornament, maybe you package it in Christmas wrapping. I have an idea for my piece. I'm not gonna say because I don't wanna give any hints or ruin any surprises, but that's what I have been working on, and I will be sure to share with you how I do package it before it's given away. And I also wanted to point out that scrolling Instagram a couple days ago, I saw that Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery, I love Beth so much, has released some new designs, and one of them is called Love Letter to the Cross Stitch Nation, and I love it so much. If I still needed to pick a small to stitch for this exchange or any upcoming exchange, this is what it would be. How fabulous is that? I'm so sorry for the glare, but I think you get the point. This is available now through your favorite shops, LNS, ONS. Beth has all the details. It's a brand new release, and I absolutely could not love it anymore. If I find myself in a position that I need another small, that will be the one. So I just wanted to share that with you. Again, it's called Love Letter to Cross Stitch Nation. And with that, I am excited to share with you a new free pattern that I am bringing to you just in time for retreat season, I guess you shall say. Are you ready for it? Okay, that brings us to what I'm sure is going to be the highlight of this video for everybody watching. It is the Friendship Basket complimentary design from me to you, celebrating the friendships in our community and how they brighten and beautify and enrich all of our lives. This is a free design that is being delivered to inboxes of my newsletter subscribers right now. If you're already subscribed, check your inbox. If you haven't subscribed yet, there is a link to subscribe below. Please enter your information and you will have the new design delivered directly to you. If you have subscribed in the past yet never received a newsletter from me, here's your workaround. Real quick, I will explain this. Each and every time you submit your information to subscribe to my list, it not only should subscribe you, but it also instantly pops up my latest newsletter, which is going to include this Friendship Basket chart. So even if you never get another email from me because the internet gods are just weird, you can keep submitting your information, and each and every single time it will pop up my latest newsletter for you to download. Rude. For you to download my latest PDF. Sound good? Okay, it's a workaround. It's not ideal, but it works. So before I get into explaining this, this is going to take a little bit of imagination because I don't actually have a finished product for you to see. Again, I designed this piece with the thought of finding a way to celebrate and commemorate, I should say, the friendships within communities, particularly when you might happen to be with friends at retreats. So let me explain this a little more clearly. This is the design that you get, and what it is, here it is partially stitched, my version. What it is a basket that you stitch along with the borders, and then at a retreat have all of your friends fill in the basket with flowers. Does that make sense? I'm gonna rewatch this and think of so many things I left out. So here is what mine looks like headed into a retreat. I have done the borders, the basket, and as you can see, I have not put the top on my piece because I would like my friends to put their flowers going all the way up here. That's right. I don't intend for them to stitch the flowers exactly as charted on here. These flowers are provided to be quick, easy patterns for reference, and I will provide the chart to my friends when I say, hey, would you put some stitches in my retreat flower basket for me? I'll give them the chart, and they can pick their favorite flower and stitch it somewhere within my basket. And because I don't know yet how many flowers will end up being stitched on my piece, I have not put the top on. So I'm going to take this piece to StitchCon, get my little flower basket all filled up, and then I'm going to come home and I will continue stitching up the sides until I reach a point where when I put the top on, I enclose all of the flowers. Does that make sense? So that's why this is kind of at a standstill for me until I know how high I need to make my sides go and where I cap off the top. Is that too weird? I hope that you guys like it. So the complimentary design, let me show it to you. This is what you get. It's a PDF printout explanation of what I just told you and some details there. And this is the chart. So what you would stitch is basically, it's easier to do it this way. Stitch this, 2022, and then leave all of the flowers off and leave the top border off until your basket is completely filled in. Then when you come home, you can complete your border up to the correct point. It's a repeating border, so you would just keep going up until you reach this outward facing triangle, and then you would drop this border down and cap it off. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you like this idea, this design. Each person's flower basket will be completely different. I started filling mine in with satin stitches. I decided to do my basket in eyelet stitches. I chose a color palette of gorgeous threads from Almond M&Ms, plural, from your mirror. It's a gorgeous palette, I'll show you in a second. I chose Jody fabric, Jody of Steel City Stitchers, both of whom I will meet at StitchCon, so I thought it was very fitting, and hopefully they'll put a flower in for me. But this is actually the phase that I'm going to leave it at until I get to StitchCon. I might do some more satin stitching in the border, but the framework is there for you, and I hope that you make it your own, embellish it however you'd like, choose the colors you'd like. I kind of envision having my friends put flowers in with whatever thread they have in their needle, so I'll have a very eclectic basket of flowers. Some things I wanted to point out were, and I put this at the bottom of the chart, that although I don't stitch in a hoop, I am bringing a hoop so that when I pass this to people to add their flowers, they feel comfortable if they are hoop users as well as in-hand stitchers, if that makes sense. Just trying to be proactive and thoughtful of how everybody likes to stitch. I also would recommend being conscious of what fabric you're choosing to stitch your piece on, keeping in mind what most stitchers like and feel comfortable using. This is a 36 count. Not everybody feels comfortable on 36 or 40 for that matter. So just keep that in mind when you choose all of your materials for starting your friendship basket piece. I feel like, I hope that was clear. I know that leaves a lot for future, it just leaves a lot of information unprovided, but that's it. Shoot me messages in the comments below. I will answer them as they come in. I want to make this really clear and fun and comfortable for everybody, but basically this is the framework for your piece. Get your basket in. That's all you really need to have done heading into a retreat or a situation where your friends are there, so they know where to put the flowers. Go all the way up, have them get wild, have them put a few flowers in, whatever. This chart is not intended to only be this big. I'm intending it to go up. And then you cap it off whenever it's finished and see where you end up. Now, one thing I want to say is not everybody has the opportunity to attend retreats. It is, it's a privilege. It's a lucky thing to be able to do. But here's the good news. The internet connects us to friends far and wide, and this piece of linen could be folded up and mailed in an envelope really easily, really affordably, and although it wouldn't be as instant and quick as it might be at a retreat, you could also fill your basket with flowers of friendship through snail mail. So I don't want to exclude anybody who's not able to attend a retreat. This is meant for everybody. So again, let me know if you have any questions. I feel like I did not explain that very well. In my head, it all makes total sense, but I'm sure I left some things out. So drop your questions below. I will follow up with you and answer them. If you have questions, check the comments and see if somebody's already asked and I have provided clarification on whatever you need there. Again, this freebie is going to be in your inbox as long as you are an email subscriber. Details below. There's also more information on here. You might want to read it. I hope you read it. But that is it. It's the Friendship Basket Complimentary Design. So, all right. With that, I'm headed to the dentist. Woohoo! I'm headed to the dentist, and then I'm headed to get a bag of dirt so I can get a lilac bush in the ground. There's this really great bag of dirt that I get from a nursery here that just really suits heavy duty plants like that well, and I just need a bag. And we all know I'm not going to a nursery and not getting a plant or two, so we'll see what I come home with, but sweet reward for after the dentist, right? Okay. I hope you guys continue to be well. Thank you so much for letting me share my creative journeys with you. I look forward to chatting with you all again soon. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you later.